This is ABC7 News at 5:30. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. A vacancy on the Northport Commission is raising some serious questions, namely what to do with the District 4 seat.
Former Mayor Jacqueline Moore resigned from that seat to run for another seat after district rules were changed. Now her successor and others are left with the decision of how to fill that position. ABC7's Christopher Brantley is joining us now live with more on this tonight. Christopher.
Well, Scott and Haley, a special election for that District 4 seat is scheduled for several months from now, but the big question here is what will happen to the commission until that election? Meet Chris Hanks. He's the new Northport commissioner who promised to bring with him common sense. Today he's trying to make sense out of an issue rarely seen, an empty seat.
Because of the rush of this situation, I really see it's impossible to get anything done and allow the citizens of our city to have that input that is proper.
Hanks won his seat by 832 votes, beating former Mayor Jacqueline Moore. He says the people should decide what to do with the vacancy. In an unofficial poll, Hanks took to social media to ask his followers what they thought.
I would say over 99% said just don't do anything.
Earlier this year, the former city commission voted to allow for a special election later next year to fill the seat, an election that could cost well over $100,000.
The commission at that time had the opportunity to fill that vacancy. But what I believe in an act of malfeasance foisted upon this city.
Rebecca Seifert is a vocal member of the community. She told us people should focus more on the 5 candidates who are running for seat 4.
The citizens should certainly focus on the candidates that have announced and who will announce in the upcoming weeks.
Last week, the city's new vice mayor suggested appointing Moore to seat 4, an idea that didn't sit well with the new mayor, Linda Yates, or the other commissioners.
If I bring forth someone, I obviously haven't talked to hundreds of people. I might get 75 different answers of who they want.
Meantime, there are only 4 people on a 5-person commission, which could leave split decisions.
It's not a concern that this commission has given me. It is obvious to me that this commission is ever willing to discuss the issues at hand.
Now, the date for that special election is still up in the air. At this point, it will all depend upon how many candidates are running for that seat and whether they'll need a primary and a general election. Live in Northport, Christopher Brantley, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Christopher. A special meeting will be held tonight in Bradenton Beach to determine who will fill the vacant seat on the City Commission. The commission is expected to nominate, vote on, and swear in a new commissioner to fill the Ward 2 seat in Bradenton Beach. Earlier this month, current candidates Marilyn Morrow and Ann Leister each received 2 votes from commissioners to fill the position. The seat is open because of term limits.
After more than a year of existence, the Salvation Army's Quality of Life by Choice program has helped many go from homeless to housed. Since that program was created, more than 700 people have gone through it and more than half are now in housing. The program recently received a $2.5 million donation from a Longboat Key resident. That money will allow the Salvation Army to hire more caseworkers and further expand the program. The main goal is to avoid dependence and find longer-term solutions for the homeless.
If you have a chance to have someone help you help yourself, that makes your quality of life go up. You know what I mean? You're starting to see that it's achievable.
Right now, the biggest goal for the Quality of Life program is to reduce the number of people to each caseworker so each participant can have even more individualized attention.
Manatee County Area Transit, or MCAT, is celebrating the opening of its new headquarters. The $17.4 million fleet facility is on Televast Road. It replaces MCAT's old home on 26th Avenue, which dates back to 1961. The new headquarters is a lot more space for MCAT, which serves nearly 2 million passengers each year. It consists of 4 buildings, an office and a maintenance building, a fuel depot, a bus wash station, and a lot more parking spaces. There's also plenty of room for growth.
It has everything they need, and it also, one of the best things about this building is that it's set now, we can grow for the next 30 years in this building. So it's a good day.
The new facility was made possible largely through a $15 million Federal Transit Administration grant.
This week, you can give your opinions on what improvements should be made to Manatee County parks, trails, and green spaces. The county will use the public's input to then put together a 15-year master plan, which will serve as a blueprint for the work that needs to be done. 2 public meetings will be held this Wednesday. The first will be at G.T. Bray Park Recreation Center from 3 to 4:30, and then another meeting is set for the Rocky Bluff Library from 6 to 8 p.m.
And now for a check on our forecast. It's hard to believe it's this warm in December, but it's kind of par for the course. So last year we had the same kind of situation.
Windy and really warm today.
Really warm.
Yeah, and last year we had big storms too and severe weather, especially later on in the winter months. The early part of winter was warm, but then the latter half did turn rather cold. This cold front that's going to move through is going to produce some rough weather over the panhandle. There's a slight risk for some strong storms here, especially tomorrow late morning, afternoon. Right now that rough weather blowing up across the panhandle of Florida. You can see that from Tallahassee all the way over to Panama City and along Interstate 10, stretching all the way to the panhandle near Mobile. Now, there are tornado watches in effect and also small craft advisories for the panhandle of Florida. Nothing like that here right now. The weather headlines read like this: warm and windy for us overnight. We will see a possibility of some strong storms on Tuesday here. And then another cold front is due to arrive on Thursday, and that will bring some pretty chilly weather our way. Right now, no rain around. Again, this false echoes, if you will, from military exercises coming up from the Keys and moving into southwest Florida. Those are not rain echoes as far as the radar goes. Some showers well offshore, though. We'll talk more about the big changes headed our way coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
Okay, Bob, thank you. New developments tonight in the trial of a South Carolina police officer charged with killing an unarmed black man. The judge today declaring a mistrial in the case of former officer Michael Slager. The jury unable to unanimously agree on a verdict. Slager was on trial for shooting 50-year-old Walter Scott to death in North Charleston after stopping him for having a broken taillight. Cell phone video taken by a bystander of the shooting sparked national outrage. Slager was facing murder and manslaughter charges. Although Slager is white and Scott was black, race was never made a major issue at this trial.
A Georgia man convicted of purposely leaving his toddler in a hot car to die is sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Last month, Justin Ross Harris was convicted of malice murder and other charges in the 2014 death of his 22-month-old son, Cooper. The conviction means jurors believed Harris left the young boy to die on purpose. During the trial, prosecutors said that Harris intentionally killed his son to escape the responsibilities of family life. Here's what the judge had to say during today's sentencing.
And in violation and dereliction of duty to that child, if not love of that child, callously walked away and left that child in a hot car.
Harris's defense attorneys insisted the child's death was an accident.
A South Carolina judge is allowing a man accused of killing 9 people at a Charleston church to use his own lawyers again. Last week, Dylan Roof told the judge he wanted to represent himself. But over the weekend, Roof changed his mind and filed a motion in a handwritten note asking the judge if his lawyers can represent him in the guilt phase of the trial only. Roof says he still wants to serve as his own lawyer in the penalty phase. Last June, Roof killed the parishioners in what investigators are calling a racially motivated attack. Prosecutors are asking for the death penalty in this case.
The owner of Pulse nightclub in Orlando is now reconsidering giving the property to the city. The owner says she is no longer interested in selling the club to the city of Orlando. Instead, she plans to use the space to create a sanctuary of hope and a welcoming area where people can reflect on those affected by the tragedy. The city of Orlando had plans to purchase Pulse for $2.5 million and convert it into a memorial.
Coming up next on your Suncoast News, how Amazon is planning to make it possible to skip the checkout lines at a grocery store.
And Parkinson's disease may not actually start in your brain. New research on its origin coming up next in Health News.
Don't miss the 19th annual Thunder by the Bay Motorcycle Festival, January 5th through the 8th, to benefit Suncoast Charities for Children. This year's festival welcomes special guest Blue Oyster Cult to the premier sports campus at Lakewood Ranch on January 8th at 4 p.m. Admission is free. Festival events include a sporting clay tournament, kickoff party, welcome Thunder event, Cruise for Cash charity motorcycle ride, and a 2-day Rockin' and Riding at the Ranch festival featuring vendors, live music, a taste of Thunder area, and more. VIP tickets are available. For tickets and info, visit thunderbythebay.org.
Black Friday's biggest deals are still here. That's right, the Black Friday sales event is going strong at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Come shop the area's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers, or check out the stylish new Jeep Renegade, starting at just $16,999. Stop by today and drive away in a brand new Jeep Patriot for just $14,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota today.
If you have a suspicion for harboring prostate cancer, we have a way of diagnosing by using an exquisite instrument called three-dimensional color flow power Doppler ultrasound. Using this system, we can identify abnormalities within the prostate that you could otherwise never detect. The Dottoli Cancer Center is the only center in the southeastern United States which has this technology. If you have prostate cancer, we will find it.
The official salon of ABC7. Cutting loose salon.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Holiday scratch-offs are here, and oh, they make great surprises. Imagine the joy they will bring. With over $126 million in prizes, use them for a wreath or a place card for your feast. Attach them, scratch them, and let the magic happen. Holiday scratch-offs. The Florida Lottery has them. Just imagine.
Parkinson's disease may be caused by or may originate in the gut. That's what a new study published in the journal Cell suggests. ABC7's Alex Redman explains.
Thanks, Haley. Gut bacteria is linked to many medical conditions, and now research suggests the gut, rather than the brain, may be the cause of Parkinson's disease.
I had the tremor. I had a little bit of weakness on one side, but I was young and I was in fairly good condition. It was hard for them to tell.
55-year-old Jeff Ahrens has Parkinson's disease.
I got correctly diagnosed in the late 90s after 5 years of misdiagnosis.
Ahrens incorporates integrative medicine into his healthcare, megadoses of antioxidants, and participates in yoga classes at Parkinson Place in Sarasota.
And I started getting massage, Tai Chi. I was in a study on the effects of how it helps, and it really did help.
Ahrens says he also believes bad gut bacteria plays a role in Parkinson's disease.
Trying to eat things that were organic and didn't have pesticides sprayed on them.
Turns out Ahrens may be onto something.
The bacteria in our gut have bidirectional signaling with the brain. The brain talks to the gut and the gut talks to the brain.
Craig Belisi, diagnosed with Parkinson's disease at 43, recalls constant stomach problems in his 30s.
I would take the Prilosec, it's the newest, then take the Prevacid, take this. But meanwhile, it didn't really do anything.
Medications do nothing but alleviate some symptoms for a short period of time.
A study published in the journal Cell finds changing the gut bacteria of mice affects manifestation of Parkinson's disease.
What we know today is that the imbalance of bacteria in the gut can not only contribute to constipation, it can contribute to Parkinson's.
Licensed nutrition counselor Eve Plews of Full Spectrum Health says building a good microbiome in the gut is important.
overuse of antibiotics is one of the things that has caused us to imbalance that gut flora.
Plouffe says that we have about 3 pounds of bacteria in our gut. That's good bacteria and some imbalanced. But there are things that you can do to build that good bacteria. Yogurt's not going to do it because that only has millions, but you can get billions with good quality probiotics.
Guaranteed strain probiotics can definitely help to improve the health of the bowel, relieve constipation, and perhaps slow the progression of Parkinson's disease.
Felicia and his wife actually moved here to Sarasota because of Parkinson Place, and we'll have a link for you at mysuncoast.com. Just click on health. Back to you, Haley.
Thank you, Alex. Now let's head over to Bob and get a check on this very warm forecast.
Yeah, today's high temperature just a couple degrees shy of the record high, same as yesterday too. We're talking mid-80s over the past couple of days. That's soon to change. Not so much tomorrow or Wednesday, but as we push through Thursday and especially into Friday, the big cool down is on the way. Right now, the first in a series of cold fronts is making its way through parts of the lower Mississippi Valley. This storm system is producing some rough weather now as a result of this, again, low pressure area that continues to move now over the southeast United States. Panama City, some big storms just to the east of Tallahassee. There's 1 or 2 lone storms there, but more on the way. So the Severe Forecast Center and Storm Prediction Center is predicting the possibility of tornadoes through this area over the Panhandle. Weather headlines read like this: warm and windy overnight, another front on Thursday. Stronger storms are possible on Tuesday for us. Not so much tonight. Again, false echoes being picked up by the radar from military exercises going on down near the Keys. And as far as the weather goes, the rough weather over Alabama and throughout Georgia now approaching the Panhandle of Florida. Our risk for severe weather is marginal tomorrow, so not all that high. The stronger chance will be to the north of us through tonight and tomorrow morning. There is still a good chance that we will see some thunderstorms here beginning tomorrow morning and continuing on in through, it looks like, early afternoon. Currently, it's nice out there, a bit breezy, but 80 degrees, winds out of the south at 14, bringing that higher humidity our way. And the pressure now 2983, and that is rising ever so slightly, but it's still rather low. The Vanways of webcam showing a pretty nice day today. Lots of sunshine out there. A bit breezy, though, for water. Small craft exercise caution through this evening due to the stronger winds coming out of the south. The evening planner looks to be pretty warm, 74 degrees by 11 o'clock with just a few clouds around. No real threat of any significant rainfall through this evening. After midnight, there's a slight chance for a few showers after midnight. Better chances for rain come by late morning and early afternoon. That's when I expect the potential for some stronger cells to be around. And that chance is not all that great, but there's still that slight risk for the potential for some rough weather. What we have right now is that moisture is still to the north and west of us. It's starting to build, though, just to the west. We have this dry air in place in the mid-levels of the atmosphere. That will be changing as we move through time. The biggest storms by far to the north of us currently, and as the sun is setting, you'll see that the image is kind of fading away on that visible spectrum. Now, as far as the latest goes, in terms of our forecast goes, temperatures are expected to be rather chilly on throughout the day on into, looks like Thursday and Friday as we move through time. Now, currently, as I said, we do have partly cloudy skies and the dew point temperature at 69, winds out of the south at 14 miles an hour, and the pressure 29.93 inches. The high today, it warmed up to 84. That was 2 degrees shy of the record. 86 in 1994 is when it got that hot. 67 degrees was the morning low. No rainfall to report today, and it looks as though we'll see a pretty good chance of getting up to ½ inch to an inch of rainfall throughout the day tomorrow. Temperatures all pretty much uniform, upper 70s to low 80s throughout the region, although a little bit cooler right near the coast. And the planner for tomorrow does call for those showers and storms to be around. Winds will stay brisk out of the south throughout the day on Tuesday, anywhere from 15 to 20 miles an hour, and gusts as high as 25. For boaters, small craft, exercise caution throughout the day. And the rainfall right now mainly to the north and west of us. Temperatures currently, the big cold air is over the northern Rockies, 23 in Billings, 39 in Minneapolis, it's 39 in Cleveland, a bit warmer in the nation's capital at 51, but cooler in Atlanta. The forecast looks like this with showers and storms coming into play by after sunrise for the most part tomorrow. For boaters, I mentioned caution. That should be exercised throughout the day. Seas running 2 to 4 feet. The extended forecast looking like this. Windy weather on Tuesday, and then not all that cold on Wednesday. Then we'll see the stronger cold front move through. It'll be around through Saturday morning. Then we'll start to warm up by Saturday afternoon and back into the upper 70s as early as Sunday. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. Now to Suncoast Traffic Watch. Traffic is backed up on I-75 in the southbound lanes, stretching from State Road 70 to University Parkway.
General Mills is restructuring its business, which includes between 400 and 600 job cuts. Like other processed food companies, General Mills has been hurt by Americans' changing taste. The company has been tinkering with its recipes by switching to antibiotic-free chicken in soups and increasing the protein in yogurts, but is still experiencing weaker sales. Starting next year, people who use prepaid debit cards will be able to spend more than their available balance. The feature is similar to overdraft protection on a checking account, but those who want the overdraft protection will have to apply for it just like a credit card, and it will come with an interest rate as high as 25%. The new change will start next October.
Amazon is looking into making your grocery shopping experience just a little bit easier. With Amazon Go, shoppers can scan their Amazon app when they go into a store. Any item you pick up that has a sensor is automatically charged to the Amazon app. But if you put an item back, you won't be charged. Amazon already offers ready-to-eat meals, some staples like bread and milk and meal-making kits. Right now, the app is being tested in Seattle and is open to employees in a beta program.
Love that idea.
Yep, makes life easier.
Yep. Entertainment news is next.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little Sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beauty Rest, Eye Comfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Legendary astronaut Buzz Aldrin might be out of the hospital, but that's not stopping him from keeping up with the Kardashians.
Aldrin is in a New Zealand hospital after being evacuated from the South Pole due to illness over the weekend. The 86-year-old tweeted, "Catching up on the world while I'm stuck in quarantine. Apparently, Kim Kardashian is out in public again." Aldrin's tweet may be a sign that, yeah, he's feeling a little better.
Sounds like it. An early Christmas gift for all the Beliebers out there. Justin Bieber is announcing he's going back on tour. His first ever stadium tour in the U.S. will take place next year. Bieber's decision to perform in stadiums versus arenas means more tickets are available and maybe more elaborate productions. Bieber is also performing at the Rose Bowl in January.
Next year's Academy Awards finally has a host, and I think people will like it. Late-night funny man Jimmy Kimmel will MC the awards show. He's hosted several award shows in the past, but this will be his first time hosting the Oscars. The Academy waited later than usual to name a host for the ceremony. The 89th Academy Awards will happen February 26th, and you can watch it right here on ABC7. It'll be good.
Yes, I'm all for Jimmy Kimmel. I love both Jimmys, Fallon and Kimmel, but I'm partial to Kimmel because he's on ABC,
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I'm happy for him. Very excited.
We'll be right back with more news. Stay with us.